Hello, my name is Lee and welcome to my channel Kola Flipper. Currently out in the partially built tat shed, aka Kola Cabana. It's midweek at the minute. Didn't have a chance to video a haul on Sunday, and I think it might be one of the best hauls I've ever had. We're going to call it a mega haul. If you've watched my channel before, you know I've had some mega hauls before, where I've potentially had multiple thousands of pounds worth of bits that I picked up for a couple of £100. We've had another one of those days. It's fairly fashion heavy, but it does also include an epic piece of electronics as well. Yeah, I've done really well. So for those who don't know me, I'm a part-time reseller. I buy bits and pieces at car boot sales and charity shops, and I flip them online for a profit. So mainly selling on eBay, but I do use a couple of other platforms. The reason I do it is I have a day job. Day job covers the bills, but it would be nice to have a little bit extra. Buying and selling a bit on the side floats my boat with regards to it's fun making a bit of extra cash, but it does take all the financial pressures off for home. But it means that I'm able to pay extra into my pension, which means I'm going to be able to retire early. The plan is to retire at 55 because I do not fancy working until I'm 68, and it's a good side income that's allowing us to improve our lives. So we're able to buy a little bit nicer wine, able to go and get slightly nicer accommodation for holidays, and buy a few extras that are nice. And if I didn't have reselling as a side gig, I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to justify it, or I'd have to be a lot more picky about where I spent my money. So it really does help. So if you've not tried reselling and you're fresh to the channel, have a look through my back catalogue, and hopefully it'll give you a few ideas of what I do and why I do it. So back to the haul. Yeah, it's a bit good. I keep looking down there because that's where the bag is. It was ridiculous. As if you watched me before, you'll know that I've pretty much stopped buying bread and butter items now. I've got 2 sheds full of good quality high street clothing, etc. And whilst it's nice and I make a good sort of 12 to 20 odd pounds per item profit after fees, I've got a lot of that. I don't need to buy anymore, so I'm very much along the lines of as a part-timer. I don't rely on this income. It doesn't matter if I don't make a lot of sales all of the time, but what I do want to do, because I've got such a lack of time, is to increase my profit per item. And the best way for me to do that is to invest in much higher profit per item items. That didn't make much sense. You'll figure it out. Which means I'm a lot more picky now about what I buy. So I don't feel bad now going to a car boot and I might go around for half an hour and not find anything, because I don't feel that desperation to buy. And then when I see the right item, I've got the money because I haven't bought a load of crap. Like, I don't know, for example, I used to go and buy lots of Disney mugs. There can be really good money in Disney mugs, but the packing takes longer, they're breakable, and that's why I quite like doing a lot of the clothes and that sort of stuff. Clothes and shoes, can't break them in the post. Easy to post, easy to pack, they're small, they're lightweight, you can't break them in the post, and they can be incredibly high profit margins if you know your brands and what you're looking for. And I've always banged on about educating yourself, and by having educated myself in the brands and what to look for, I've smashed it out of the park today. Well, on Sunday, I really have. I'll explain the electronics bit first. I haven't got it here because it's in one of the lockups in the shed. It is a huge AV audiovisual receiver. So basically, if you've got a flat screen TV, which pretty much everyone's got an LCD or LED TV, the sound is terrible, and you either need to have a sound bar, or you can go for a AV audiovisual amplifier and have the big speakers around, and that's what we've got. And I've been quite into my AV for years, so I know the brands to look for. And I had to find, I'll stick a picture of it up here, a box that had Arcam written on it. It was a big box. Now I've sold the odd Arcam amplifier over the years, and normally just a normal stereo amplifier about the size of an old school video recorder but thinner, and I've sold those anywhere between sort of 80 and 180 pounds. This box was big, it was that deep, yeah, that deep, and it was an AV receiver. One of the things, well, I know that Arcam amplifiers on their own, a few £100, upwards to the thousands. So when you see a big receiver, you know that that is going to be worth a lot. When you see it double boxed as well, so it's inside its normal, so it's in its packing, inside a box, inside another double wall box, so two double wall boxes, you know that it's a serious bit of kit as well. I struggled to get it off the ground. The guy wanted 50. You're in a field, you never know if anything works. I couldn't get it out of the box. I basically managed to peel away the packing materials at the front so I could see the front, see that it was dirty at the front but not marked. The remote was there and the instructions were there. And one of the really important things to do if you're getting anything like an AV receiver, so many of the functions are done off the remote. You really want to get one with a remote, because getting a second-hand remote can cost an absolute fortune. The guy wanted 50. I was a bit cheeky and offered 40. He said, no, it's got to be 50. This was thousands new, which I know is right. And I know that even spares and repairs, they would go for 150, 200. So even then, if someone said, can I invest £50 and get back 150, 200? Yeah, of course I'm going to do it. But this is a big AVM, and I knew it was probably worth £1,500 new. When I looked at comps afterwards, £3,500 new. So, so when I was looking at the amp, all the connectors on the back, all the RCA leads, sockets, plugs, were gold plated. Again, so that's a really good indicator of quality. So that is, gold's an excellent conductor. So all of those were gold plated, which made a difference. The top was spotless, and I could see that there was very little, if any, dust in there. So that was a bonus. Full instructions, all the packing bits, and the remote and the batteries hadn't corroded in there. And I thought at £50 that's got to be worth it. So this is towards the end of the car boot, and I already had this massive bag full of clothes. So I was there with James, who's got a YouTube channel, James Collects. So go and check out his channel if you haven't seen it. And he was kind enough to help me by carrying my massive bag of clothes while I moved the amp to the car. I've weighed it since I've got home. It was 30 kilos, so yeah, it was liftable, but not easy because it's such a massive bulky box. So I've had a look. It looks like in working condition they go for between £400 and £600. So absolutely smashed it out of the water with that. But it's going to take some testing because it's such a big item. I want to make sure I know that it's working, which means that I've got to spend some time hooking it up to a TV. I'm going to check every one of the HDMI leads. That's another thing to think about if you're looking at AV amps. Modern AV amp, anyone who's got a flat plasma LCD LED TV, you're pretty much going to have your audio and your visuals going through a HDMI lead. It's one of the things I'm always wary of if I'm buying a AV amplifier receiver, is to make sure it's got HDMI connections, because all modern TVs connect up with a HDMI, and older amplifiers, whilst they might still sound good, if they haven't got HDMI, it puts off the buyers. So for me, it's just not worth the effort and the hassle. There is a lot of testing for me to do, but it's going to be worth it. So even if I have to spend a couple of hours checking all of the connections in and out and the functions, £50 to maybe 600 quid, it's got to be worth an hour or so of my time invested into it. And I'm probably going to also use the new eBay video function to evidence that it's working as well. So that is the plan with that one. If I'd have just found that would have been epic. George Ross would have been proud of me. However, that wasn't it. That was the thing I was least excited about after today. It's been an absolutely ridiculous day, so I shall crack on, but that pales into insignificance compared to some of this stuff. I'll just give you a few little name drops: Christian Louboutin, Jimmy Choo, Chanel, Longchamp, Prada, Smithson, Sweaty Betty, Lululemon. Yeah, I've done quite well. So let's stop mucking about and I'll get the haul out and show you what I found. A lot of this was from one seller. There's a couple of different sellers now. I've got some good bits from looking around, but there was one particular seller I've bought of her before, and I've bought some really good bits and pieces. And once or twice a year she has a massive clear out, and if I see her car there, and I recognise it because I've bought a few bits off it before, it means that I know I need to focus my time and attention on this stall. And I spent a good half hour, 40 minutes going through bin bags on the floor, and I'm not normally one of the floor crawlers, but for the stuff that you find here, it's well worth it. And the first thing that I saw poking out of a bag, some Jimmy Choo heels. So, got some nice Jimmy Choos, paint and leather. There is a little bit of damage on the heel. If that's going to focus, I can rectify that. So that's going to take a little bit of work, but I can make that look neat again. So Jimmy Choos, you'll always find that it's got this very nice soft leather sole, and that sole always gets scuffed up there, but you can fit, it's just soft there. These are a 40, which is what, about a 7, I think. Heel tips are in good condition, but it is just that heel has got a small scuff and ripple in it. I can sort that out. These I can get cleaned up. These are going to look absolutely fantastic again. I think I'll go through the numbers after. I've got it all written down because a lot of this I bundled together, so I can't remember the exact amounts. I believe I paid a tenner for these. Should be able to get somewhere between 100 and 130. So straight away, absolute banger. Again, if I'd have just found these on Sunday, I would have been over the moon. But this is the tip of the iceberg. Next.
6 hours later.
The irony of digging through that bag is the fact I could only find one of these. On the actual day, I only found one of these, and it is Chanel. So it's reasonably well worn. So these are Chanel ballet pumps, black leather with a patent toe. These are well worn. I'm going to need to put some effort into these. Because of the wear, she only wanted a tenner for these. And you think, oh, a tenner for a pair of little black ballet pumps. These will go for somewhere between 100, well, depending on the wear, condition, etc., somewhere between 140 and 300 pounds, believe it or not. Now, there are a few condition issues. So if it was just the heel rubber, that's not so much of a drama, but you've gone through the heel rubber into the actual heel block, so that entire heel needs to be replaced. Worth my time, definitely still worth it. The leather upper, absolutely beautiful condition, beautiful quality leather. I can make that look fantastic again. There are a few little scuffs and chips in the patent at the end, but again, there you can get patent touch-up kits. So once I've touched up the toes, I'll clean up the bottoms as well, saddle soap those, get these looking good. These will look fantastic when they're done. So I'll do another video at some point to show you the before and after. It is worth my time and my money, my expense into getting these looking good, because if I can flip, okay, 10 plus whatever I invest into getting them looking good again, somewhere between 150 and 300 quid, I'll push towards the upper end of that. It's worth my time and effort. But the irony was, I found one of these, so I'm digging through as soon as I saw the Jimmy's, right, I know she's got the good stuff in again. Digging through, I found one ballet pump, and I ended up having to stick it into my coat while I was digging around looking. Couldn't find the other one, so I ended up going to her with my first bundle saying, I found one of these shoes, do you know where the other is? her and her mum were looking, couldn't find it, and what we'd ended up doing is putting this under her car until later on, and then actually the mum found it later on, and yeah, so that was fantastic. So 10 plus whatever I invest in them to get them looking amazing, and that could be somewhere between 150 and 300 pounds we should get for that. Bang out. But no, it doesn't stop there. Suede boots, whatever. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I don't know if it's going to focus. Is that focusing? Can you read that? Christian Louboutin. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Now again, some condition issues. Some wear to the toe, so it's not just the sole. That's not so much of an issue, but there is. Come on, hello, focus. There is somewhere there. So I can black that up with leather dye, but it is something I will have to declare. So that's not ideal, but because of the wear, I think I'm pretty sure she said it was either 10 or 15. Still worth it for me. Louboutins are even like they do like the cheapest Louboutins you can get boots, like a PVC rubbery ones, and even they're somewhere around the £400 or £500 mark. So anything that's either leather or suede, you're looking closer to £700-800 new. The suede generally is in pretty good condition. Needs a good brush. Suede is not as easy to make look good as leather. I've got a full shoe cleaning kit, anything from my leathers to suede. So I've got special suede rubbers, suede brushes, any of that sort of kit I put in the links below. So yeah, if you've not seen how I clean up shoes before, all the tools I use and products are in the links below. But I've got other videos on how to clean them up. So wasn't 100% sure if they were legit, but because her other stuff was, it gives me confidence that there's a decent chance it could be. So I've been going in. There's a local shop near me, local town called Flannels, and they have very high-end stuff. So if you're local to anywhere that's got flannels, Selfridges, any Harrod, whatever, any high-end shop, go in, familiarise yourself with quality. So I've been going in. I know what Louboutins should look like underneath. There are fakes out there. There are good fakes and there are bad fakes. Looking at these, my confidence was there because I've bought off the buyer before. I know I've had good stuff from her before, and what else I was getting today, they felt right. The quality, the weight was right. The stitching inside. So you've got black leather at the top. You've got a cream leather inside, and then the neatness of the stitching all around, and the way that the Louboutin's printed in the bottom. There's a lot of things that I was looking for, and this ticked all the boxes. So I can't remember, it was either 10 or 15. Again, it was part of a bundle. There was some wear and damage, but because of that, I'll be able, again, as I said, I've got to spend some time on it. But once these are looking good, what did I say these are worth? Hold on.
Later that same evening.
Got my little book for comps. So excuse me.
6 months later.
Right, check my little book. Right. Once these are in good shape, which is going to take a bit of effort, somewhere between 120 and 180 pounds. Worth my time to invest that effort into getting them into good shape again. I like to refinish the bottoms. This is Angelus. So I use a lot of Angelus products for my tightening up my shoes and getting them back to good shape, and this one is specifically Angelus Walk on Red. I'll put a link below for retouching Louboutins. It is the exact colour, and that will bring them back. Obviously they're not going to be new. You can declare all that and show these are not new shoes. However, I have refinished them with Angelus Red so that they look as good as they can, because that's what people want. They want us to have that red sole so people know what they're wearing. Funny fact, the Christian Louboutin, he was trying different colours out to try and to make something, to make his shoe stand out. and he tried pinks and it hadn't worked, and one of his I don't know if it was an intern or a stylist was painting her nails, and he took the nail paint off her, painted the sole of the shoe, and then that colour is now what is used for the soles of the shoes. Next. Oh, it is so good. Okay. Random, bigger than A4 pouch. Doesn't look anything flash, does it? It's just, it's nice. It's a nice sort of document wallet type, I guess, clutch bag. Right, I don't know if that's going to focus. You see that on the edge of that? I don't know if it is. That's Givenchy. Again, Givenchy. And that is a document wallet or clutch handbag. That would have been, this is the large version, so somewhere around the £500 mark new. Paid up for that, paid 30 for this. Should be able to flip that for somewhere around 130 to 200, depending on how long I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait. So some of these items, I'm familiar with the brands, some of them not so much, and I did need help. So for the Louboutins, I was relatively confident, but not 100%. So I contacted my esteemed colleagues and internet friends, the Luxury Pickers. If you have not seen their channel, go and check it out. If you have not followed them on Instagram, go and check it out. And they have now started their own podcast. Go and check it out. They are brilliant. They've helped me by giving me a second opinion on some of these things that I was pretty confident about, but it's comforting to get that second opinion. And well, I'll put the screenshot up here of the message that I got back. It was yeah, I'm a very happy man. So they helped me out. But please go and follow them if you want to make more money, if you want to know and learn about more brands to make higher profits by watching their channel. Literally watch their channel and write down the names, and you will learn. And if you've got those, that even if you go before going into a charity shop or a car boot sale, flick through your list of names that you've learnt from their channel, you will pick something up and you will make more money. I promise you. Do it. It's you will make free money by spending a bit of time watching their channel. So go and do it now. Go and listen to their podcast as well. You can get it on Spotify, iTunes, all that sort of stuff. So go and check that out. Well worth it. But yeah, they helped me out. They've verified that's a real deal. As I said, 500 new. I paid 30. Should get 130 quid for that. Very happy. Next, back to shoes. Actually, some people get a bit squeamish about shoe cleaning, and sometimes shoes can have a bit of a whiff. What I do is I buy this. This is by a company called Muck Off, and it is foam fresh. And what that is for, actually for motorcycles. So for people who've got a motorcycle helmet, you get quite sweaty in there. You can't put that through the wash. This is a foaming cleaner. You spray it in, it foams up. And what I do, foam it up, and then I give it put a rubber glove on, rub it into the fabric, and it kills the bacteria and gives it a lemony sort of scent. And I use that for shoes as well, because sometimes it's just nice that when I start a pair of shoes, they have a nice lemony scent and don't have a ming of feet in there. So that is brilliant. I think it was £7 from Amazon. I sell a lot of shoes, and I don't have to buy it often. I put in, squirt in, rub it in, and that lasts me. I'm trying to think how many I can get. I get a lot of shoes out of it. It is worth the effort. You don't have to do it, but for me personally, I think that's worth doing. And not that it's going to stop someone buying shoes, but I'd hope that I would never get a complaint for a pair of shoes smelling. So I just think for hygiene reasons, I do that. Do what you like. Before that, I used to just get Dettol, room spray it into the shoes to clean stuff, but now I prefer that. Next, this was from a different seller. saw the handbag, saw it was proper leather, and you can see there's some discoloration there. Not perfect by any means. This is Longchamp. Nice leather Longchamp bag. This is it a Balzar or something? The bag. Let me go and check my notes.
The next day.
Right, it is a Longchamp Balzane. Okay, we have got some issues for the fact that there is some discoloration there. I can fix that. I've got a good nourishing waxy leather protector, and that waxy leather protector, it will even out the colours and it will give it a nice sheen again, and this will look fantastic. So other than that, the only other issue is there's a little bit of the leather on the handle has come apart. I've got some contacted adhesive, flexible contacted adhesive, put it between there, put that into the clamp, that'll be absolutely fine again. Get that sorted at the front. Other than that, there's minimal wear. The seller wanted 5, I offered 4, and she said, don't be silly, it's Longchamp, pay the 5. I paid the 5. Right, next item. So, back to Chanel Shoe Lady. Got a couple of handbags up there, and I'm gutted from a couple of, last season there was a, what was it? It was a Mulberry handbag, and it was a Mulberry. I'm pretty good with my Mulberry stuff because my wife likes Mulberry handbags, so when we worked at a previous company, every year when she got her annual bonus, she'd go and spend some of that on the Mulberry handbag. So I know my Mulberries quite well, but this wasn't a normal one. It was one that was sort of almost like in a leopard print, and I was a bit unsure. I looked it up. By the time I looked it up, it was sold. Gutted. And since then, as I said, I bought stuff off her before, and I saw a couple of handbags. So immediately, without even seeing what they were, I grabbed that, and I grabbed that. So, firstly, this one. I like the fact it's got this sort of architectural square sort of chunk out of the middle of it. I like the shape. Picking it up, you can feel it's quality leather. And I like the little details as well. You've got sort of blue stitching here and here. Dirty inside, but nice bag. Now, who is it made by? It's made by, don't know if that's going to focus. Hopefully it will focus. You see that? Smithson of London, or Smithson and Bond Street, sorry. Now, Smithson are one of the UK's premium leather manufacturers. I've had a laptop bag previously that I bought from a charity shop. I paid up for that. I paid £45, and I sold that. It was a nice, what is it? Is it called Serafino leather? I forget. It's the one that's like that really, really fine embossed hatches. I can't think of the name of the blooming thing. I'll stick it up in the bottom when I remember. Anyway, so I bought that for 45, and I sold that for £330 because it was like a £700 bag. So as soon as I saw this and saw it was Smithson, I'm happy. Well, yoink on my arm. Got this as part of a bundle, but I've chalked up the price when I've gone through the bundle. £40. I should be able to sell that for somewhere between 180, 250 quid. Banger. Another one I was unsure of, and I just thought the black bag at first, but when I got closer, oh my word. Now,